Good morning, Councilwoman and County Council. My name is John Peeney. I live at Kulaimano Elderly Housing. The rent increase for Kulaimano Elderly Housing is going from 526 to 700. It's astounding to me and acceptable by federal standards to legalize raise someone's rent 63%. Rent increased to $700 per month. My rent is $441, $526 minus $85 electrical subsidy. My wife and I pay $16,310 a year for medical costs. My wife had a stroke in 2005, who was 100% disabled and in a wheelchair. Plus, she had COPD, which I have to have concentrator on for 24/7. No electric subsidies was offered with the rent hike. Our electric cost is $2,872 so far for 2017. No improvement has been made to Kulaimano Elderly Housing Complex in 10 years since my wife moved there July 1st, 2007. Cleanup such as power washing, sidewalk painting, lines for the parking lot stalls and handicap stalls painting, the railings on the ramps to a lower level, repairs to some units, and replacing appliances for several severe damaged, rusty, or inoperable, only when HUD schedules their rec inspection. Most times appliances are hindered. They have been shifted from one vacant unit to occupied units. This should not happen because all appliances are assigned to particular units by serial numbers. Most units have not been painted for more than 10 to 15 years. The scheduled trash removal, landscaping, and pest control. Thank you so much, Councilwoman Valerie Poindexter, for her in solving our lighting problems at Kulaimano. We had 3 lights on the upper parking lot down for 3+ years. Ms. Poindexter sought the financial cost to have the lights reinstalled. These lights being out cause potential danger for elderly residents. There used to be a security guard on site for a period of time, which now we do not have security. Residents have asked for cameras, but were told the cost was not permitted to install security cameras. My wife requested to of Brandy to special coordinator of housing would afford the residents oxygen portable generator to be used when the power goes out in this area. The generator could be a lifesaver. No reply has been given. I'd like to know for 10 years where has the money been allocated for Kulaimano housing, because there hasn't been anything done there for over 10 years. Thank you, Council.
Aloha and mahalo for your time and this freedom to speak freely.
Could you say your name, please?
My name is Jim Martin. I represent the Kulaimano Tenants Association. And thanks to you taxpayers, all of you, we have decent homes and don't have to live with the relatives. You taxpayers subsidize us. Most grateful for that. And these subsidies are managed by HUD. HUD's intention regarding elders, in HUD's words, our peaceful enjoyment is paramount in this last part of our lives. I know you would wish that for the elders in your family and one day for yourself, where you can put down the bags and exhale. County Housing implements these taxpayers' expectations for our peaceful enjoyment. When we sign a lease, we agree to rules of behavior, practical rules. They boil down to respect for neighbors and one's unit. There is, however, a caveat: 3 strikes and you're out. That means red flag events. We tenants accommodate each other's differences for sure. We're an extended family in a way with eccentricities, but we cannot accommodate violent behavior. Some years ago, an unstable, aggressive tenant with emotional problems acted out frequently, but there was no proactive intervention by county housing until he went after another tenant with a machete and was finally removed. This could have been a tragedy, and it can happen again. Violence is epidemic. We can stop it at least locally. Their rule violations are sent by the building manager to the housing department. Most don't raise red flags. We have minor flaps with each other. That's how it goes. But the past 3 years, the red flags have been flying. Residents have been subjected to bullying, harassment, intimidation, threats. Out of the 50 tenants, only 2 or 3 tenants have repeatedly been acting out. Police have been called. These red flag violations were sent along by the manager to the county housing, as well as tenants' emails and calls. We are not kept in the loop, do not know county housing's intention, again referencing the machete man. County housing has a legal right and moral obligation to be proactive and apply the rules they wrote. 3 strikes and you're out. It's all in-house. County owns the property. County housing makes the rules. There's no private sector involvement. We're not asking for funds, rules, only asking housing to enforce the ones on the books, their rules. No one likes living with a bully in the backyard, but there are rules that prohibit bully. County housing has the power to stop it. Tenants, respectfully, I'm asking on the tenants' behalf, the council, to prevail on housing to be proactive. At the end of the day, the County of Hawaii Housing Department employees go home, but we live with their decisions. On behalf of our association, I thank you all, and especially Valerie Poindexter, who has been such a good friend to all of us and has never been dismissive or patronizing. Thank you.
Resolution 354-17 authorized the Office of the Mayor to enter an agreement with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. Places the current housing assistance payment contract between the Hawaii County Housing Agency and HUD for the Kulaimano Elderly Housing Project with a new 20-year contract, which will adjust the HUD-approved monthly contract rate to $700. Introduced by Ms. David by request.
Ms. David. Okay, moved by Ms. David and seconded by Ms. Poindexter. Any discussion, council members? Question?
No, just,
Ms. Poindexter.
yeah. I know that we had a couple testifiers and do appreciate their input. Just to let all of them know that we did have a very healthy discussion yesterday, and hoping that with that increase to $700, that a lot of some of the things that some of the testifiers brought up will be taken care of, as far as working on security, working on other issues with repairs and appliances and et cetera. So hoping to have another meeting with the tenants along with county housing very soon to talk about the next steps. So I just wanted to share that with them. So I appreciate all that county housing is now trying to accomplish, and I appreciate that the Kulaimano tenants have been very forthcoming with and not afraid to come forward to share some of their concerns and the need for them to live a peaceful and enjoyable last phase of their life. So I am totally in support of all of their efforts to make this a very, very beautiful place to live. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? That's 8 ayes, 1 excused. Resolution 354 is adopted.